Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Truck Talks. Today we're going to be talking about obedience. And I want you guys to ask yourself this question before we get started. Would you obey God even if it didn't make sense to you or if it made you look silly towards other people? So think about that while we dive into this. We're going to be in Luke chapter 5. Go read this for yourself. This is an awesome story. So Jesus was teaching from Simon's boat, and when he gets done teaching the people, he looks at Simon and he tells him, hey, go throw your nets out to catch some fish. Now, mind you, the entire night before, the disciples had been fishing and they caught nothing. And they were fishermen by trade, so they knew what they were doing. So him telling them to go back out there, they're like, bro, do you think we don't know what we're doing? We just sat out here all night and worked and we caught nothing. But I want you guys to check this out. Even though it didn't make sense to him, and even though he might look stupid to everyone else going back out there, this is what he said. He said, Master, we toiled all night long and took nothing, but at your word, I will let down the nets. So he's like, hey, this doesn't make sense to me, but at your word, I'll go do it. So he goes and does it, and check this out. This is very important when you read the story. It says, and when they had done this, they enclosed a large number of fish, and their nets were breaking. So they didn't see the fish before they threw the nets down. They didn't know it was going to work before they threw the nets down. They just throw the nets down because Jesus said to, and they just trusted. So that's a lot of, how our life's going to work. We're not going to have all the answers when God tells us to do something. We're not going to know how it's all going to shape out, but you have to take that leap of faith, right? When you read through all these stories in the Bible, Noah got told to build the ark, right? It wasn't raining yet, so he might have looked dumb towards other people. They're like, bro, why are you building this? It's not even raining. Or when Moses, right, was leading everyone to the front of the Red Sea, right? And they're like, bro, how are we going to cross this? This makes no sense. He probably didn't look like the smartest person in the world, but our logic can't compare to obedience to God. So he will make a way when it doesn't make sense to us, when it doesn't make sense to everyone else. He will always make a way. And back to this story, look how crazy this is. So their nets start breaking, and they signal to their friends, they're like, hey, come bring your boat. So now there's two boats. There's so many fish now that they caught that both boats begin to sink. And it says that Simon Peter, right after this just crazy glory from Jesus, just falls to his knees. And he says, depart from me, Lord, I'm a sinful man. So I want you guys to think of that story. The Lord will provide in ways that we can't even imagine, right? He provided in such a way that Simon Peter's like, I am not worthy of this. So I want you guys to go out there and have confidence. Don't worry about what other people say. Don't worry about making sense of everything. Follow what the Lord's telling you to do, and obedience will lead to greater blessings than anything else could possibly lead to. I'll see you guys in the next video.